There comes a moment in every life when the walls close in, the silence gets louder, and the world feels like it's abandoned you. It's in that moment, not when everything is going right, but when everything feels wrong, that you must look inward and recognize a deep, unshakable truth. You are your rescue. No cavalry is coming. No one is going to swoop in and save you from your storm. But that is not a curse. It's your power, because within you lies the strength, the courage, and the resilience to claw your way out of the darkest pit and rise to a place you never thought possible. The greatest heroes are not the ones who had everything handed to them. They are the ones who stood up when the world tried to knock them down. They're the ones who found a spark inside, even when surrounded by cold shadows. You don't need saving. You need awakening. And once you realize the force you hold within, nothing, absolutely nothing, can keep you bound by the chains of your past or your pain. Pain has a way of convincing you that you're powerless. It whispers lies in your ears, telling you that you're broken beyond repair, that you're alone, that there's no point in trying anymore. But pain is not your enemy. Pain is a signal. It's your body, your spirit, your heart, telling you that something needs to change. It's a wake-up call, not a death sentence. You've survived everything life has thrown at you so far. Every heartbreak, every failure, every betrayal. You're still standing, even if barely. That means there's still fire in you. There's still fight in you. And that fire, no matter how dim it may seem right now, is enough to ignite your rescue. The world may have bruised you, but it has not beaten you. Your healing begins the moment you stop looking outward and start turning inward. This is your battlefield, and your weapon is belief. Belief that you are worthy, belief that you are capable, and belief that your future is not written in your wounds, but in your will. You were not born to break. You were born to build. Life might have knocked you down, but you are not made of glass. You are forged in fire. Every scar you carry is a story of survival. Every setback is a lesson in strength. You are more than your pain, more than your past, more than your doubts. The truth is, you've been powerful all along. You just forgot. And now it's time to remember. You don't have to wait for a perfect moment, a helping hand, or a miracle. You are the miracle. You are the one you've been waiting for. The moment you decide that you will not be defined by what happened to you, but rather by how you respond to it, everything changes. You take your power back. You rise. You reclaim your identity, not as a victim of your story, but as the author of your destiny. The choice is yours, and it always has been. Will you stay in the shadows, or will you rise and rescue yourself? No one else knows the depth of your battles. They don't see the silent tears, the nights you couldn't sleep, the times you almost gave up. But you know, and because you've been in those trenches, because you faced the darkness and kept walking, you are the most qualified to lead yourself out. Don't wait for validation from those who never understood your journey. Don't hand your power to people who never helped carry your burden. You owe it to yourself to stop shrinking to fit into places that can't handle your strength. You owe it to yourself to become everything you were meant to be. That version of you that you dream about, that fierce, free, unstoppable version, isn't just a fantasy. It's your true self waiting to emerge. It's time to stand tall, even if your knees shake. It's time to speak your truth, even if your voice trembles. Your rescue doesn't begin when the world changes. It begins when you do. When you decide that you are enough, that you are ready, that you are worthy. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are not the things that happened to you. You are the person who lived through them, who endured, who fought to be here right now. That matters. That counts. You don't have to have all the answers to take the first step. You don't have to feel fearless to move forward. Progress doesn't demand perfection. It demands persistence. You've already survived the hardest parts. Now it's time to build the life you deserve. Start small, but start. Speak kindly to yourself. Choose actions that reflect your worth. Draw the line and protect your peace. You've given so much of yourself to everyone else. Now it's time to give yourself the same love and loyalty. This is not about pretending to be strong. It's about discovering the strength that's been there all along. You don't need fixing. You need freedom. Freedom to become who you really are, without shame, without apology. Because when you finally realize that you are your rescue, you stop waiting, and you start living. There's a warrior inside of you, buried beneath the weight of worry, fear, and old wounds. That warrior has been whispering all along, telling you to hold on, to keep going, to fight. But life gets loud. The pain, the responsibilities, the disappointments, they drown out the voice of strength. Today is the day you silence the noise and listen to the warrior. You don't have to be unbroken to be unstoppable. You just have to be unwilling to quit. That's it. You don't need to see the whole path to take one more step, one more breath, one more reason to keep pushing. The warrior within you is not defined by the absence of pain. It is defined by the decision to rise in spite of it. You don't owe anyone an explanation for choosing yourself. You don't owe the world an apology for finally saying,
Enough.
this is your life, your time, your turn to stop surviving and start thriving. And it begins the moment you believe you are enough to rescue yourself, just as you are. Every day that you wake up is proof that your story isn't over. You still have chapters to write, battles to win, dreams to chase. Your rescue doesn't need to be dramatic. It just needs to be intentional. It starts in the quiet choices, the ones no one sees, waking up when you don't feel like it, saying no when your peace is at stake, believing in yourself when it would be easier to doubt. These small acts of courage build a new reality. You are not weak for needing help, but you must remember that no one can do the inner work for you. You hold the key, you hold the pen, you have the power, and while it might feel heavy, the truth is you're strong enough to carry it, even when you're tired, even when you're scared, even when you're uncertain. You're not failing, you're fighting, and that's worth everything. So hold your head up, straighten your spine, and move forward with the conviction that you are your rescue. You always have been. You don't need permission to rise. You don't need approval to heal. You don't need anyone else to give you what you already have inside, the power to change your life. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it hurts, but you were built for hard things. The pain you feel now is not a sign that you're losing. It's a sign that you're growing, that you're shedding what no longer serves you and stepping into what's meant for you. The old version of you, doubting, anxious, stuck, served its purpose, but you're not staying there. You're evolving, and evolution is messy, uncomfortable, and necessary. You can't rescue yourself if you're clinging to the identity that kept you trapped. So release it, let it fall away, embrace the discomfort, because it's guiding you toward your breakthrough. You have more in you than you think, more courage, more resilience, more purpose. And once you accept that no one is coming to save you, you free yourself to become unstoppable. This is your moment. Don't waste it waiting. Rise up. Rescue yourself. Some days you'll take massive leaps forward. Other days, it'll feel like you're crawling through the mud. But both are progress. Both are powerful. There's no perfect path to healing. No straight road to your rescue. There's only showing up, again and again, for yourself. When you stumble, when you falter, don't use it as an excuse to stop. Use it as a reason to recommit. You've come too far to go back now. Every tear, every trial, every triumph has prepared you for this. You're not who you were yesterday. You've changed, grown, strengthened, and that transformation is worth fighting for. Don't let temporary emotions cause permanent surrender. Remember who you are. Remember what you've overcome. And remember that your worth was never dependent on someone else's recognition. It was always there, buried beneath fear and noise. Now it's time to bring it to the surface. Not for them, for you, because you matter. You are not a burden. You are a blessing. You are not broken. You are becoming, and you are your rescue. You will rise, not because the world made it easy, but because you made a choice. You decided to keep going when everything in you screamed to stop. You chose to believe, even when doubt made more sense. That decision, that moment when you declare, I am my own rescue, changes everything. No more waiting for someone to understand you. No more hoping someone else will fix what's broken. You are not helpless. You are not hopeless. You are not hopeless. You are not lost. You are discovering, rebuilding, becoming. And the more you commit to that truth, the stronger you get. There is no force more powerful than a person who believes in themselves, despite the odds. That's who you are now. A force, a fighter, a fighter. You don't need saving. You need reminding of your fire, your heart, your power. So stand up, dust off the pain, lift your chin, and walk forward knowing that no matter what comes next, you've already won the most important battle, believing that your rescue has always lived within you.